Hello, everyone. I'm Captain Logan, and it's Austin the Day Ghost.
Oh, how's it going?
Austin, we got chores to do, sir.
Oh my God, so much
Yeah,
homework.
I know. We're gonna be busy this evening. Tonight, Austin and I had something we had to do, and we thought we might as well broadcast it for you folks and create, what do they call it these days, Austin?
Content.
Content. Yeah.
Yup.
It's for kings. Or is it context? I don't know.
I don't know, King of Content. There's like a thing there. That should be a character.
Is that old terrible episode title for Star Trek Discovery in the first season? Context is for kings.
Oh
I
God.
still can't believe they called that episode that. It's really early. It was like the second or third episode of that show. They only get worse from there, but that's still pretty bad. Anyway, I'm 20 seconds in. I've already complained about Star Trek.
You've already dated this.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, and it didn't go well, and we didn't go on another one. Anyway, so tonight, Austin and I are going to go through the movies that we currently have on the master list for movies eligible for review and commentary for Superhero Rewind and the Superhero Rewind Commentary Project, which begins, quick plug, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Central Time. I'm going to do, gasp, shock, and awe, a 13th commentary on Batman 89, and it'll be a little bit more sober than the last 11, and I'm going to be focusing as much on story and character as possible, but we'll talk ins and outs of all kinds of fun things and interesting things with that movie, of course, and I'm going to be a lot of discourse with the live comments. I also put feelers out for folks ahead of time if they're not able to make it about particular aspects you want me to talk about, and I got a pretty good response from that. So I'm going to have plenty of material, I think, to do another commentary, and all by myself, just me, the movie, and you, wonderful magnanimous folks. I keep hitting my stupid mic arm today.
Well, that scared me.
It's driving me
like
crazy.
A weird guitar riff.
Yeah, it gets loud. It's gonna take off. So Austin put this together for me, and I want to say thanks a lot to you, Austin, for taking the time out to do that. I started going through this and was making a list of things that I thought probably shouldn't count as a superhero movie, and then I went, because Austin's running point on this, and I can't actually edit it, so I was making a list myself, and then I was like, this is taking forever. I need to just get Austin on a call and say, Austin, ask this, and what do you think about this, and what the hell even is this movie? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through all of it, and we're not going to name every single movie. We're not going to talk about the movies. We're just getting this list finalized as much as possible. And we also thought that it might be helpful to have you guys here with us as well. We'll take your 2 cents. It's not a democracy. I'll make the final call about what counts and what doesn't, and some things you might not agree with and some things you will. But also, we could really use your help in adding anything that we've missed on this. Also, would you talk for a second about where this list originally came from and what we're doctoring here?
Yeah, so Cap sent me a list of, it was just like every comic book movie, and we couldn't use that because it had both foreign films that didn't count, and like I said, it was just every comic book movie, so, and superhero stuff that isn't comic book, but it was just like kind of listing everything, so it was like, okay, we need to axe a lot of this. So I just kind of went through it. I added a few things here and there that I thought they missed out, like there was no Zorro on it, and I'm like, why? Like that's very much in that like proto superhero thing.
And I guess some people don't count it, but if you're going to count the Lone Ranger, it's very strange not to count Zorro. And he's so prototypical for Batman. And there's always that question of like, what's a superhero versus a proto-superhero and whatever, but there's a lot of stuff here that I don't even agree with. And also, you're going to put Dick Tracy here, but you're not going to put...
Yeah, no, exactly.
Zorro, or was that your edition?
No, Dick Tracy, that was all on there, because I didn't know about half of those movies.
That's weird. Well, maybe he was thinking Zorro wasn't a comic book, and since Dick Tracy's a comic, because that was all comic book stuff as well as superhero movies, so I guess that's why that would be there.
But there was also a ton of superhero movies that aren't based on a comic. That was like another thing on the list.
But that suggests that he doesn't count it as superhero.
That is true.
The superhero question does start to matter still if you're not just doing comic book movies, so...
No, that is true. So I went through, I did that. There's a lot of things where I went, okay, this isn't a superhero thing, but it's also a big comic book thing, and there's like a weird mix there where like you did Sin City, so I was like, I'll include it so that you can then tell me not to like to take it off, because I was like, there's certain things I'm like, I'd rather just put them on for you to tell me to take it off as opposed to leaving it off and then it's just gone.
Well, and I even said in that review that it doesn't really count as superhero, but I was making an exception because I wanted to review it
Yeah,
as a superhero movie. But I
yeah,
think what'll
exactly.
probably happen is if there's anything I want to do like that down the line, I'll add it
You'll just do it, yeah.
before I'll decide now we're doing it,
Mhm.
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, of course. So there is a few things on there that will probably get axed tonight, but that is the reason why you'll see some of that stuff. So that just for everybody and like later on, that's like that's not a superhero movie. Why is that there?
Yeah, the definition is very fluid and broad for a lot of us, and I narrow it more than some people do. But then there's things I count that other people don't like to count, like somewhat famously for us, RoboCop. I've argued with people for years about whether that counts, and I think it should.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and then you can get into just like weird little offshoot things. Like if you're just looking at like not Punisher movies, there's about 8,000 that you could review for Superhero Rewind, and like there's a cutoff you have to make on that.
Yeah, well, with Punisher, it's very squarely this is a Marvel character that existed with superheroes. He's not a superhero, but he's in the genre. But like, I'm not gonna review Death Wish.
But yeah, there's stuff like that. I think the John Wick movies are like the closest I'll ever get to a Punisher Max film series.
Yeah, and you're not
Like
gonna count that as
saying that.
superhero.
Yeah,
But now,
exactly.
if I was doing just comic book rewind, I might do some adjacent things that have so much comic book DNA in them.
Yeah, just movies that are very comic booky but aren't based on comics like that.
Because John Wick is one of the best comic book franchises that's not a comic book. And I
Yeah, you
will
get like
say,
that. A Rocky, like 3 and 4 just comic books.
that's true. In case people are curious about this, I did for a split second consider actually changing the series finally, at least in the commentary form, because I am planning on going back to some script and analysis. I'm not going to do it very often, but I do want to still make some of those real polished, take my time with them. But Austin, I considered opening this up to just comic book in general and doing the whole collection behind me.
You're probably glad that you didn't, because there's about 8,000 horror comic book movies that you've never heard of
Yeah,
that would then flood the
I
list.
I bet. No, that's a good point. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. And I guess this collection is never going to be complete because of that. But
Hmm.
boy, I didn't even think about
There
that.
was so much stuff I didn't even know existed, especially just in that realm.
Well, are you about ready to do it?
I am, yeah.
People are going to ask us some things as we go along. I'm going to do my best to keep up with the chat and respond to some of this. But guys, we need to not take all night on this. We need to really get started because I'm honestly stalling a little bit because this is kind of intimidating, and I feel like
There's just under 500 films.
yeah, and I feel like I'm kind of doing this very last minute. I feel like there's a test I got to take tomorrow. And I should be probably doing more Batman 89 research right now, but I'm doing this because I wanted to have the list as finalized. But and it's still subject to change. We'll change stuff. We'll probably still take some things off of it, and of course we'll probably add things as we go because people will think of things that we didn't know existed probably or forgot about here and there. But I wanted to try to get this done as close to as much as we could by tomorrow so that people could start making requests if they wanted to, because I've opened now, and it is on Patreon, by the way, quick plug for that, but I've opened the $30 tier now, and it's limited to 4 takers. So if you want to make a request for the Superhero Rewind commentary project, you can join the $30 Patreon tier, and that also gives you a regular request on top of it. So you'll get 2 requests. It's kind of a bonus thing. And just like with the request, you just have to let it roll over 1 month, and those will both be in the queue. But if you want to stay in it, you'll stay in the rotation, and you'll get one every 4 months because I'm just doing one of those per month is the plan right now. So quick plug for that, and this will be the list that you can select from. So you can't pick anything you want only from this list, but there's going to be plenty.
It's done, yeah.
And like I keep saying, it's going to be a lot of fun because I'm starting over. So you'll be able to pick from anything under the sun except for Batman 89 so far. Isn't that cool? And all of these things, the plan is to get to eventually, but I mean, I'm only doing at best 52 a year. Maybe more, maybe less, because Austin and I have been talking, and with shorter animated movies, I will probably do double features sometimes, so we can actually get more than every Monday a Monday knocked out that way. But I'm sure I'll miss one here and there with traveling and stuff. But
Well, especially with a lot of older movies, there's a lot early on in this list that's like 50 minutes, 60 minutes,
yeah,
stuff like that.
and I'll probably do when we get the specials and things, which like I was kind of on the fence about counting, but they're close enough to movies, and some of them I just want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's gonna give me an excuse to do the new Power Ranger special that just dropped that I reviewed. Do that as commentary.
Yep. There you go. So do you have the list sorted to oldest to newest? Because that is like a thing that you have to like click on.
It just came up that way for me.
What's the first movie on the list?
Shadow Strikes.
Okay, yeah. So if you go,
Should it not be?
Yeah, no. If you click the little like line with the circles on it, there should be like a sort option. Because it is for the most part newest to oldest, but there's like weird places where it goes off, and like you'll just get like 10 Zorro movies like in a row and stuff like that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Just the easiest way to.
I'm sorry. Can I just say that I've never liked how Letterboxd is laid out.
It's fair.
I find it very difficult to navigate, and I don't know what you're talking about. Right? I don't see dots.
So it's like it should be like at the top. Like if you see my phone, it's the little. Hold on, I might have to turn my brightness down.
Well, yeah, but that's on mobile.
I would imagine it's also the same on desktop.
Okay, I don't see what you're talking about here.
Is there nothing like to click on the?
No, there's a list view and a grid view, and then there's a content filter.
Oh, probably go through content filter.
Well, that's what I'm doing, but it's not showing a way to do it by date or anything. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, if we have to do it that way, it's not a big deal.
I'll show you what I'm looking at here. Well, no, I'd have to screen share for you, and that's been dicey lately.
I just figured it was the easiest way, but if not, it's all good.
Oh, sort by. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, it's laid out differently on desktop.
I figured it was the same button, but I guess not.
Yeah, it's not a button.
Move the glow to the sort button.
Move the glow. I forgot about that. That's great.
That's one of my favorite things just of all time. It's so good.
Okay, so we're starting with earliest first. Is that your?
Yeah, I figured that would be the easiest way to go.
The whole scheme.
Yep.
The hell is Don Q?
It's a Zorro movie.
Oh, it is a Zorro movie.
Don
Okay.
Q, son of Zorro.
Wow, the first Zorro movie is a Son of Zorro movie?
Isn't that weird?
That is weird. Okay, so you're going to be deleting these as we go, yes?
Yes.
Robert, if you count The Matrix as a superhero film, then the Lego movie definitely counts. I never have.
So
The
Matrix is not on here, but all of the Lego movies counted on that list that I looked at. So I was like, I'll count them until Cap tells me not to.
I've always been on the fence about the Lego movie because I don't feel like it is really a superhero movie, even though Batman's
It's like a
in
weird
it.
gray area.
It's in such a gray area, yeah. And The Matrix is weird because I've never counted it, but with some other things that I count, I feel like it's so darn close.
Well, The Matrix, I feel like, is in the same boat as like John Wick.
But it's much more superhero than John Wick.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
And it's much more traditional hero's journey, which doesn't make you a superhero, but then he does have superpowers, and he is kind of a chosen one sort of character.
It's just because I think of John Wick as more comic book than The Matrix. But
yeah, but forget the comic book part of it. I'm just saying there's a lot of superhero in The Matrix, but is it a superhero movie? I don't know.
I would say no.
I don't think I need to do more commentaries on those anyway. I mean, I don't on some of this as it is, but yeah. I don't know if I need to do solo commentaries on The Matrix. But anyway. Okay, let's go through this stuff. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm good.
Let's blow through it. Folks, give us your opinions as we go when we have places we're not sure about. Why does it take me 15 minutes to set up any video no matter what it is? Okay, so all of the Zorro we're counting.
Yeah, so the first two are both Zorro movies. That Bold Caballero or whatever, that's also a Zorro movie.
Okay, and then we have Shadow movie.
And then
And I guess we're gonna
international,
count all of Shadow, especially because Proto Batman stuff.
which if I remember correctly is what international crime is. That's like a Zorro, not Zorro, Shadow thing.
Shadow. Okay. I'm weird about Dick Tracy.
Yeah, we talked about that off camera about whether Dick Tracy does, because it's one of those weird gray areas. Like it, they all have like comic book supervillains, but he's also just like a cop. Like it's a noir
Yeah,
cop
he's
fighting.
not really a superhero. And I reviewed the 90s movie because I was doing the whole proto superhero thing, but also it's so informed by 89. Like, it feels like a superhero movie.
Well, and then by
So I
that
almost want to
argument,
keep it, but get rid of the rest of Dick Tracy.
because I think by that argument you can also say like, well, the other Dick Tracy movies are very like superhero serials, like the different Dick Tracy versus this person, Dick Tracy versus that person. So it's like I don't know. I don't know where to fall on that.
With the whole Matrix thing we were talking about, AMC says, but so does Emmett Cap from the Lego movie. Yeah, but he does. I mean, it's all from a kid's imagination. It makes it feel a little bit different to me, where it's like, is the kid making up a superhero story? Kind of, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's sort of
Just count everything.
maybe.
Screw it. Just count
Every
everything.
movie. I can't wait for the rewind on When Harry Met Sally.
And also, I just don't know if I want to do all of this Dick Tracy stuff that nobody's gonna care about. But I mean, I can't make that matter because there's a lot of stuff on here nobody's gonna care about.
I mean, it's up to you. If you want me to take Dick Tracy off, Dick Tracy's off.
Yeah, I say let's take those off. If you disagree
Yeah.
in the comments, let us know, and if you make a compelling argument, I'll consider bringing it back. But I got to make some choices here.
Okay.
But I still think I want to leave the '90s movie.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Austin doesn't agree with me.
I mean, not entirely. I think it's just weird because it's like if one of them counts, I think it all does. But I don't know.
Really, the only reason I want to leave that is because I've done a review on it and I never did a commentary.
Yeah. No, of course.
But
Of course.
yeah, Jareth Gearhart says I care about Dick Tracy.
Well, we got the duality of man because Robert Wilds is down with Dick Tracy. So
Discussing topics is Batman 1943 count. It's not a movie; it's a serial. And I would like
Yeah,
to do
there's
some
no
stuff
serial on
on
here.
those, but we're not doing TV and we're not doing serial as it must count for Rewind. And that doesn't mean that I won't maybe occasionally do like a pilot and that kind of thing, but I want to mostly keep it to this list. And we're doing a lot of TV on Fridays.
yeah, no, I'm sure there's an exception there, and we've always talked about doing like watch party stuff on serials.
Well, yeah, Robert, but I don't need to do a commentary on a lot of the things I'm going to be doing that I've already done reviews on because this is a ridiculous exercise. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. But let's move on. So we're taking Dick Tracy off for right now. Superman and the Mole Men, obviously, we got to keep. The Lone Ranger stuff
Sorry.
we'll leave because I've reviewed a Lone Ranger movie, and I think that counts as a superhero.
Absolutely, yeah.
What is that Batwoman movie? I forget.
Uh,
1966.
this is like just like a female superhero movie that's not connected to DC or anything. Like it's an original movie,
Right.
but it is. I'm guessing just like a knockoff of, or maybe like a cash in on the '66 movie stuff because it's the same year.
Right. Okay, we'll leave that. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not showing you guys what I'm looking at here. What the heck is Rat Fink?
That is a superhero spoof movie.
If it's
Where,
English language, we got to count it.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. And it looks like they fight a gorilla. So
Okay. I don't want to talk too much about this stuff. Let's move on. What's John Voight?
that's the actor. It's Fearless Frank. That's
Oh,
another.
oh.
That's another superhero comedy.
Okay, so I guess we have to do that. Now, Diabolic doesn't technically have to count because it's not English language, but I love it.
Yeah, Cap was like, you have to put Diabolic on there, and I was like, okay, Cap, I'll put Diabolic on
Yeah,
there.
you have to. It's important. It's very important. Hold on, I'm trying to fix this because it's awful. Hang on. Why is this so messed up? Okay. But yeah, we're like I said, it technically doesn't have to count, but we're gonna kick off all the foreign language movies just so that we don't have to do 6,000 things, and so that people don't keep asking me to do everything Japanese. Not that there's not Japanese things I'd love to do, but I'm not gonna review like 8 Dragon Ball Z movies. I'm just not gonna do it. Okay, I've never been sure if Barbarella counts as a superhero.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it probably counted in that same weird way as like Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers. Like it's in that realm. So I was like, I don't even know where those fall.
Okay. We'll
So I
leave
included
that,
it
but
with
that's
that.
unfortunate because if we're doing Flash Gordon, that means that we have to review this thing called Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon, yeah. I mean, if you want me to take that off as being like a sex parody, not a full um X-rated film.
It's a gray area because if it's not porn, I feel like I technically have to do it, right?
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm sure it's a funny
It
movie.
sounds awful. I did read up on that one because I was starting to make a list of things and then I
Mhm.
quit so that we could do this. But I feel like if I'm gonna do like the Toxic Avenger movies,
Yeah, well, those definitely count.
and I don't want them to, but they do, so I feel like if that counts, I kind of have to do this.
Hmm.
Okay,
That's fair. Okay, so
moving
those
right
are
along.
staying.
We're not gonna take anything off, are we?
Okay, so Zorro, that counts. The Superman musical, it counts.
Is Doc Savage a superhero
Doc
technically?
Savage is like a early proto superhero. Yeah.
Okay.
It's my understanding that there's a lot of Superman in Doc Savage.
Okay. What is Brenda Starr?
Brenda Starr is like I think that's more in the line of like Dick Tracy. Like it's like that pulpy kind of detective thing.
Okay, take that out.
I can take that off. Yeah. That one I assumed was getting taken off. So. Yep.
And I've heard of A-Bar, the first Black Superman, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. No, and that definitely counts.
And then there's that Doctor Strange movie that I've talked about on a live show, but never reviewed.
That just got a Blu-ray release.
way.
I've never seen it. I'd like to.
And now we start getting into the big stuff. Finally, we're into
Yeah.
78 with Donner Superman. Can you
I don't get
believe
it.
that they actually released that Legends of the Superheroes thing? I've never got the DVD, but they actually put that out.
I had never heard of this. I was like, what? There was an Adam West Justice League thing?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and they're all just sitting around in chairs talking.
But it's got like Sinestro and Weather Wizard and Solomon. How have I never heard of this?
Yeah, it's really weird. It's the
It
last
must really
thing
suck
that
if nobody talks about this.
Yeah, but DC was in this period where they were trying to milk anything they had, and they put that out. It must be the last thing Adam West did in costume.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
I mean, there was that throwback tribute thing, Return to the Batcave, but he doesn't actually put the suit back on in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's way later, and
There's an
it's like
actor
a
that
meta
does
thing.
it, and it's not good, by the way.
I just couldn't believe there was an Adam West Batman thing after the Christopher Reeve Superman movie. Like that was the biggest shock to me. It was that.
And
we went
apparently,
back
the
to it
next
around
thing
the
in
time.
history.
Yeah.
It was a TV thing, but hey, question:
Yes.
Did you put Return to the Batcave on here?
No, it was not on the list.
Okay, I feel like it probably should be.
Okay, I can add it.
I mean, I don't know if it itself totally counts as a superhero thing, but like Frank Gorshin is the villain in it and acts like a supervillain, and so I don't know. It's basically a superhero thing.
I mean, that's like Dick Tracy.
No, it's not though. It's
I'm
different.
just joking.
Okay, so then you have the crappy Captain America movies, and
Whoa,
Buck
whoa,
Rogers
whoa,
is
whoa.
there.
One crappy one and one awesome.
Okay,
one.
I've never seen them. Hero at Large I've heard of, but never reviewed. There's Puma Man. What country made Puma Man?
I'm not sure, but it was an English film.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's not. Yeah. Then you got Flash Gordon.
Oh yeah, it looks like it was maybe an Italian film, but if it's in English, we have to do it.
Well, and Italian films are weird in general because they're all dubbed anyways. So like that might be why they didn't list it as a foreign film on, or it's like a non-English film there, because like I said, they're all dubbed.
Yeah,
So that's maybe a weird gray area.
that's true. Yeah, yeah, dubs get weird. Because if all it had was, sorry, I'm getting tired.
That's okay.
If all it had was subtitles, you wouldn't count it. But
Well, yeah, because all like with a lot of Italian movies, they would just everybody would be speaking their own language, and then all of the audio is cut, and then it's all dubbed later.
okay, moving right along. So if see, I guess we are counting Flash Gordon. I've always been back and forth on it.
It's like it's a weird thing, yeah.
But I also feel like there's so much superhero archetype in that kind of thing, and those kind of serials and pulp things definitely inspired and affected a lot of things that we consider actually superheroes. So I guess you have to count it.
What I think would be interesting too, because I think like Flash Gordon with that movie specifically was one of the things Waititi was looking at with Thor. So like it might be an interesting kind of comparison there.
That's true. If we have to study that.
Yeah.
Superfuzz I've done, weirdly enough. Condor Man I've done.
Yeah, Superman 2.
We'll have to do commentaries on them. Wait, what is this thing? Oh, Zorro the Gay Blade. Okay. Some of these I can't tell what they are from the posters right away.
Yeah, I have that too, and I'm looking at it on my phone, so it's
that
really
makes
small.
It way worse.
Like with that one, I had to click on it. I'm like, what is this?
Swamp Thing. Wait, is that an animated Flash Gordon?
Yeah, it looks like
it. The greatest adventure of all, I doubt that very seriously. And what's shocking is it's 95 minutes long. I can't believe it's that long.
Oh no.
Return of Captain Invincible is one of the greatest things ever made.
Yeah,
Superman
it's perfection.
3, Toxic
Which
Avenger. And there are 4 Toxic Avenger movies, which is unfortunate for me.
I think, no, there's more, Cap. I think there's at least 5, if not 6.
Oh, that's true. They kept making them. For a while, there were only 4.
Yeah.
And
well,
then
there's like Toxic Crusader, which I don't know if that counts in the first 4.
No, I think that's an additional one.
Yeah, that's like a team one, I think, because it's Toxic Crusaders.
It is. Now, is Buckaroo Banzai really a superhero?
I want to say you told me this before, said that to me before.
Or is it as much as something like
I've never
Buck Rogers or something?
I
have, and I don't remember it feeling like a superhero movie, but
I thought that was one of the movies that you said to me, like, make sure that's on it, but I could be wrong.
No, I didn't say that. Or if I did, I don't know why I said that. But I'm like this on it. Somebody let us know what you think. If Buckaroo Banzai should count.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Sheena a superhero? Does that count?
I think this is like another pulp-based thing. I'm gonna guess probably not, because it looks like it's more on the line of like a Tarzan.
Yeah. Okay,
So
let's take that out.
Okie dokie. Howard the Duck, excellent.
Yep, that's one of your favorite things. I always forget about the Spirit TV movie. I've never seen that.
I didn't know there was one either. I was shocked.
I did, but I've never seen it. Why is Moonwalker here?
Oh, Moonwalker.
In what reality? I've never seen that. Is that a superhero movie?
Oh, Cap. That was part of why I wanted Moonwalker to be a blind commentary for After Dark. So it's weird, because he's not like a superhero, but he's like protecting kids and fighting criminals, and he like turns into a giant mech.
Well, I know about
like,
that.
Shoots people.
Yeah, I know about all that, because it's in a video game. But...
Yeah. So it's like, it's one of those weird, like, he's got like superpowers, he's like saving people, he's fighting criminals.
Do you want it on here just so that we can do just so that I'm forced to do a Michael Jackson movie on Superhero Rewind?
I mean, I think Moonwalker's awesome. So
it would be kind of amazing, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to do a commentary on Moonwalker, specifically with Jason, because he loves Michael Jackson and he's gonna go crazy.
Well, if we ever do it, I'll make sure we do a watch party first before I do the actual Rewind commentary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
And I know that some of this starts to get kind of redundant or excessive, But, you know, blind commentaries are different things than prepared commentaries.
Yep.
Okay, going through all of this. Oh, I'm sorry. I've not been showing you guys the list here often enough. Return of Swamp Thing. Leave me alone. I'm tired. There's another Brenda Starr. Take that off. Batman Punisher. What is this? U.S. Catman Lethal Track.
I think there's more than one.
The hell is this?
What's U.S. Catman, clearly.
Sam gets scratched by a radioactive cat in a fight with some wacky drug addicts and achieves amazing superpowers. Oh, it's just an adaptation of the backstory for Sam Jackson in Captain Marvel.
Oh no.
I can think of Nick Fury. Okay, is Sergeant Kabuki Man a superhero?
Apparently.
I've actually never seen this.
That's another Lloyd Kaufman movie.
It sounds sort of superhero-y.
Yeah, when he's like a little ninja guy. That's cool. Death of the Hall.
Your interest in weird B movies does not make them eligible. Just throwing that out there.
Hey. Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD is what eventually got us to DC as it currently is, sir.
Okay, well, I guess we have to take Dick Tracy off because you're insisting that I'm consistent.
Well, I mean, it's your show. I can keep that.
Whatever. I don't know. Because Robert was like, well, you already reviewed it. You don't really have to do a commentary. I'm like, that's true of lots of... I've done 200 of these. I need to do a commentary on any of this stuff. Leave it for now. We'll see. I don't think anybody's going to care about those early ones.
Wait, so you want me to leave all of them or just leave that one?
No, just leave that one. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
No, I say you're going to make me take it off because you want me to be consistent. And then you said it's your thing. And now you're like, wait, we're going to take them all off, right?
No, I'm not saying that. I said no, that's not what I meant. I meant okay. Never mind. It's on. Okay, it's staying.
Code Geass wants to know if the Ben 10 films count. I was going to ask you if those were on
Ben
here.
Ben 10 movies are on here.
Oh,
yeah.
Are they? Okay, I just didn't see them when I glanced, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't
They're
read
like way later on. Yeah.
I didn't read all 500, which we're doing right now.
I want to say there's only like 3. So
is Guyver American made? It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so that's got to count. Mm-hmm. And I've actually seen that, and it's interesting.
There's, I think there's another one too. Like there's just a sequel.
Yeah, there should. I think there is. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Buffy, of course. Well, I'll have to finally do a commentary on that. That's crazy. Dr. Mordred will be fun. What is this? U.S. Catman 2 Boxer
U.S.
Blow.
Catman 2 Boxer Blow.
Okay. Why is it that the Catman movies never have legible fronts? Boxes. I can't read them.
I don't know, but they have awesome poster art.
Okay, so somebody asked since I've counted the Super Mario Brothers movie before if the new one's going to count.
It is on there.
And I know it's on there right now. I want to leave it for the moment. And you put the Sonic movies there too because they're basically... Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you. Because they're basically superhero movies also.
Yeah. Mario, I'd say the old one is more like in line with superhero, and then the new one is more in line with like a fantasy
film.
But it's like in that weird like but it's Super Mario and like he gets powers and like Super Mario I think counts in the same way that like Flash Gordon counts.
Yeah, and I'd say even a tick more just because Super is even in the name.
Yeah, but I mean Flash is in his name.
No, that's true, but it's just when you're talking about superheroes, it's weird not to count a thing that says superhero, that says super. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Meteor Man. Can you believe I've still never seen that?
Yeah, I've never seen that either.
I need to finally sit down and watch that. Model by Day, I've
heard
of, but I know nothing about. Cemetery Man.
I think Cemetery Man might be what you want from like Resurrection Man. I don't know.
A cemetery man has the unusual problem of the dead rising from the grave. Himself and his assistant must end these creatures' lives again after they are reborn. This is the worst writing I've ever seen in a
Well, you haven't seen the
synopsis.
movie yet.
No, but can you believe that writing? Himself and...
Yeah.
Wow!
Himself and we're going to fight bad.
There's Guyver Dark Hero. There's The
Yeah.
Crow.
I did not realize how many Crow movies there were.
There are 4.
Yeah, I thought there was only 2.
And I've done the first 2. But yeah, there's
I'm
2 more.
shocked.
And David Boreanaz is in one of them. David Boreanaz, who's Angel in Buffy and Angel.
Oh, I see. I just don't know his name. I know the guy.
But yeah, the other 2 were direct to video. City of Angels did go to the theater, as far as I remember.
That might be why I didn't know about the other 2, is because they're straight to DVD.
And City of Angels has Twee Trang in it from Power Rangers,
Oh, interesting.
and she's really good at it. She's a horrible like gangbanger chick.
Yeah.
Which is so weird to see because it's the only 2 things I've ever seen her in. You have Trini from Power Rangers, the gangbanger chick. You couldn't be more further apart. Shadow, Mask, Blank Man, Time Cop. Time Cop's based on a comic. I could never decide if it was a superhero though.
Yeah, that was one of those ones where I was like, that's based on a comic. Like, it's kind of in that, but not really. Like, I'll put it on and see what you think.
I honestly feel like I'd have to watch it before I could be sure.
Yeah.
And same thing with Tank Girl. I don't know if that counts.
I want to say Tank Girl counts, but I don't know. That's also like a weird Mad Maxy thing, I think. But I think that's a superhero movie. That's one of those movies I always hear is like bad superhero movies. Tank Girl.
Okay. Robert, are you saying you'll review Superbad? No.
Oh, Superbad's on here. I'm just joking.
Okay, yeah, I'm really not sure about Time Cop.
Yeah, I don't really know either because I don't know enough about Time Cop.
Let's go ahead and take that off, I think, because it's like a police officer thing.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Time Cop is off.
But, you know, it could be like RoboCop where at some point he goes against the system and then feels like a superhero to me.
Well,
So-
that's just like every cop movie in the 80s.
That's true.
It's like, that probably is what happens.
It's true. You think we're going to hurt anybody's feelings if we leave Time Cop off this list?
I'm sure there are 8 billion Jean-Claude Van Dammes running at you right now to kick you. So.
Also, if there's anybody that decides that one of these really should have been on there and they want to be at the $30 tier just to make sure I do it, like, if there aren't too many of those, I'd probably go ahead and do it, even if it doesn't technically count, you know?
I'm going to join
Like,
it
I'd
just to make you
consider
do
it.
Brenda Starr.
I mean, I don't want to do too much of that because the idea is picked from the list, but
Yeah.
especially if it was on the list and we took it off and somebody's like, I really wanted to do, I would consider making an exception. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but we're gonna leave Tank Girl. It sounds like a superhero movie.
Yeah,
It's got
I think that counts.
Something girl in her name. All right, we are 1/5 of the way through.
Oh, I was thinking that we were plowing through it, but to be fair, Cap, we hit a certain point where it's like mostly MCU stuff. Like I think most of the stuff that's questionable is in the first half.
Yeah, and I mean a lot of it probably on that first page.
Yeah,
These
absolutely.
are 100 per page, so we've already done 100.
No, we're flying. We're flying.
We're not mentioning every single movie because there's no reason to do that.
Is Batman Forever a superhero movie? You know, I kind of feel like probably not.
Look, you not liking it doesn't make it not a superhero movie. And there's Darkman.
Darkman
3.
2 and Darkman 3, yeah.
Darkman 2 is the Return of Durant, and Darkman 3 has my favorite subtitle of anything. Die, Darkman, die!
Well, it's German for the Darkman, the.
Oh, it's pronounced Die Darkman. I see. Is Barbed Wire a superhero movie?
It's one of those weird, like, I don't know. I think that's like a comic book thing, and she's like fighting crime and
She
stuff.
gets roped into a top secret government plot involving biological weapons.
Because I think she's kind of like a Black Canary type character.
Oh. Maybe we should leave it just to see.
Yeah. Okay.
because that's one that comes up
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
superhero lists a lot. We suck at this, man.
Hey, I'm good at this. I don't
Oh,
speak for
okay.
yourself.
Okay, what is Black Mask?
Black Mask, if I remember correctly.
This looks like a Chinese film.
I want
Is
to
it
say it's
Chinese?
I want to say it's like an English-made film, but with Jet Li, but I'm not entirely sure. He becomes like a superhero named Black Mask.
Okay.
Uh, I know that
We'll
much
leave
about it.
that there until we find out that it's not American.
Yeah, we can always go back later if there's like an issue, like if there's just like one like that.
Sure. Okay. It had foreign characters next to the name, so I assume they probably made it. But
Yeah, well, and I want to say this is like big into when we're doing like 8,000 American Jet Li and Jackie Chan movies. It's like
I tried to watch the one. I couldn't get into it. Have you ever done that? I
I've
watched
not, no. My
just based
uncle
on my obsession
made
with the
me into
Matrix.
it.
So like back, I don't know, it's probably like 4 or 5 years after it came out.
Mhm.
I watched maybe half an hour of it. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, my uncle really loved that movie. I remember like I'd go into his room and like the DVD was always next to his PS2,
Really?
but I've never watched it.
Generation X, I'm very interested to finally do a commentary on because that's Matt
Yeah,
Frewer.
I don't really know anything about it. I'm
Uh,
guessing that's not good, but
there, it was probably made for $6. It was a TV
exactly.
pilot that didn't take. Toxic Crusaders.
Yep. Turbo, Black Scorpion,
Black
which
Scorpion.
there's like 8,000 Black Scorpion movies.
Well,
So
what
good
I
luck
can't
with
figure out with Black Scorpion is if they're all part of the TV show or if the TV show was a separate thing.
I don't know because I didn't even know there was a TV show.
Yeah, there was. It's
Well,
always
there's like a
weird when I
weird
see.
thing later on.
Were they all packaged as movies, but they're not really movies? I don't know. I don't know anything about Black Scorpion.
Well, there's a weird thing later with RoboCop Prime Directives where, like, on Google it's listed as a 4-episode miniseries, but in that list it was listed as 4 movies, and they're all like 90 minutes.
Well, it's like by that logic, I would have to go back and review every season of the HBO Spawn series as movies because they released them that way. I've got them back here.
Yeah, so like that's really weird. I don't know.
Let me look up real quick just the background with that if I can find it fast enough.
With Black Scorpion. Well, this one specifically is Black Scorpion 2, and it's 85 minutes, so I'm gonna guess that it's probably a movie.
Well, yeah, but it could be a repurposed pilot. I just don't know.
That is true. That is
So
true.
there's Black Scorpion 2, and those are coming up as movies, and then there was a TV series that started in '01, so they are indeed separate things. But if there's anything post '01 that they're counting as movies, it's probably part of the TV show.
Oh, okay. Cool.
This is what we're doing with our life. Okay, I still have never understood counting Disney's Hercules. I don't get it.
Because it's just Superman. Like it's 100% a superhero movie. It has nothing to do with Hercules. It is just a Superman movie. It's 100% a superhero movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time. Like you and some other people I know have always said that. It's just I don't remember it. I mean, like I remember it, but like I didn't have that thought back when it came out when I saw it. So
Well, 'cause
like
the whole thing is that like he gets sent down from Olympus and he's raised by two farmers that are like, oh, we're gonna raise him as our own, and they teach him good morals, and then he moves to the big city where he meets the cynical woman that's his love interest.
right.
And he's like, I'm gonna be a hero, and he's like the superhero of whatever city he's in Greece. No, it's 100% a superhero movie, and I will die on that hill because
Okay.
it's just Superman with elements of Rocky. Like he's got his Mickey.
Well, we'll leave it. Discussing topics, shouldn't the Gen 13 animated movie count? I thought that was a failed pilot.
I don't know.
Now there are a couple things here that were failed pilots that were just repackaged as TV shows that will count and use like the Doctor Strange pilot, but in the 70s. Let me look that up real quick though, because he's right if that's actually
And it
a
might
movie.
have been a thing I looked at and went, I don't know what this is. Like maybe it doesn't count because there's certain like judgment calls I had to make.
I mean, it is a superhero thing.
So here, I will put
Yeah,
it.
go ahead and put Gen 13 back on, because it looks like that is indeed.
Oh, apparently it's already on because I just tried to add it and it wouldn't let
Oh,
me. We're also still in the 90s, to
well, I
be
know, but
fair.
that's 98, and I haven't seen it yet.
It said on here it's 2000.
Well, then that's. Okay. Maybe that guy's wrong. I don't know. Okay.
Well, and if you're looking at that guy's list, there are years that he gets wrong, because there was certain things where I was like, oh, this is not the year it came out.
Oh, I see. Okay. Men in Black is really not a superhero thing.
It's not. I That was one of those ones where it was like a comic book thing, and I think you reviewed the first two, so I was like, I'll include them for
No,
that
never,
reason.
never did that on
Oh,
Rewind.
did you not?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I can take it off then.
We watched the first one with the Rewind Discord just because they wanted to.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure that was like an early one, but okay.
No, you might be thinking of commentaries I did with Brandon, but we never.
Possibly.
I never
Yeah.
reviewed it.
Yeah.
I've never done
Okay.
a scripted, not even for Rewind United or anything. I never did a scripted review for that. So yeah,
Okay.
as much as it pains me not to do those, they're not really superhero.
Yeah, no worries.
Spawn, Steel. Why is there a thing called Orgasmo? Why? Of course there
It's
is.
made by the South Park guys.
I
Good
can't.
luck.
I can't wait. The failed Justice League pilot is there.
Yep.
I've wanted to do that forever. I've never sat through it. I've seen the last
I've
like
heard
5
it's
minutes of
awful.
it. But I say again.
I said I've heard it's awful.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Everybody's asking about the Inspector Gadget movies. We've got them here. I've never liked counting that, but
I've always counted it, but I don't. You also took off Dick Tracy, so there's an argument to be made. You can take off Inspector Gadget.
I don't understand how he's a superhero. He's a private detective guy.
I mean, he's got superpowers and he fights a supervillain and he
Well,
like saves people.
That's true.
But I've always said that I count it on the same way that I count like RoboCop. Like it fits into that mold.
I feel like RoboCop fits more squarely.
I don't know.
Ah,
I don't know if I agree with that.
this is no fun. I'm so sick of this exercise already. You know what? Leave it for now because people give me crap about it a lot. Like, if people really want me to do that on Rewind, I will. And then they'll go, oh, he's got nothing to say about these. Like, that's right, I don't. Joke's on you. It's waste your time, Volution.
No, I think you'll review it and it'll be your new favorite film.
Is Iron Giant technically a superhero movie?
It counted it. I'm entirely sure why, but at the same time I can understand the argument.
I can sort of understand the argument.
I think the big thing is
It's
like the
more about a
Superman
character
thing.
arc that is influenced by superhero movies.
Absolutely, and it's more in that like 50s sci-fi realm.
And it doesn't exist without Fleischer Superman, obviously.
Hmm.
But that
You
doesn't
know,
make it in and of itself a superhero movie.
I think the Iron Giant is like a throwback to the proto superhero pulp kind of fiction.
We'll leave it then. I mean, I'm sure, some people would find it interesting to do a commentary on that. And we've reviewed it
Yes.
recently.
Yeah, it's true.
Up and Away, I have heard of.
Yeah, stuff like that I've never heard of. There's a lot of things on this
I
list.
actually know what that is. This I have a copy of it. Have never watched. Super Guy Behind the Cape.
Was this that? Oh yeah. Sorry, looking at the poster, I like couldn't fully read what it was saying.
Especially on your tiny phone.
My tiny phone where it's like 8-bit. Yeah.
X-Men. Okay, Witchblade was a TV show. Is this just its pilot?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Possibly?
That had an anime too that I saw the first couple episodes of and kind of liked.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
interesting. That's an Image thing, right? Witchblade.
yeah, it sure is. It was big at the same time Spawn was.
Oh okay.
Witchblade TV movie.
So maybe that's why it's just a TV movie.
Yeah, but I'm gonna assume that was just its pilot. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I own it, so like I'm kind of okay doing it because I have it.
Yeah, that's one of those ones I didn't know existed. So I don't know if that's a TV show repurpose thing or like what.
Sorry, I'm just seeing
No, no, it's okay. It's
what
okay.
the verdict is here. Uh okay, I think maybe it got a TV movie and then the TV series is a sequel to it because that might be separate
That makes
because
sense because we did a lot of stuff like
the
that.
TV show is listed as airing starting in June of '01 and the movie is 2000.
It's 2000, yeah.
Yeah, Robert, I don't know what to do with Bible Man. I really don't because there's so many of them
Mhm.
and they're all like barely feature length, but we're counting specials, so it's like do we put every damn Bible Man thing on the list? Like
Well, then is Bible Man technically like a show? I don't know. I uh,
they were
I
all
I
separate
don't know enough
releases
about
on
it. Yeah.
disc. Like
Oh, okay. I don't know enough about Bible Man. I just know it exists.
yeah. There's almost too many to list it.
hmm
It's one of those things that I might just throw in there every now and again.
Yeah, you can always do those like on your own. Like, oh, I'll knock out some Bible Man.
Yeah. I've done a couple of blind commentaries on those. It would be amusing to like actually study for that test. Specials. Oh yeah, Citizen Toxie is one of those. That I think that's 4, isn't it?
It is 4, yeah.
Yeah. Is it
There's your Gen 13
weird that I know that?
commenter that thought I left it out.
Yeah. Take that,
Take that,
commenter.
loser.
Okay, make sure to take all the Men in Blacks off.
Yep, I will. I will.
Are you doing that as we go, or are you just making a list?
I'm doing it as we're going, so I don't know if it's just like not updating because you're not refreshed. But
AMC. Oh, that's a good point. I'm not refreshed. I need to get refreshed. I need to take a shower. AMC. Cap. This may be a stretch, but would you consider the 2 Robert Downey Sherlock Holmes Jr.
they're
movies?
on here.
They're on here, and I've always counted those as superhero movies. I think those should be reviewed this way or talked about this way. Uh, Unbreakable, of course. Let's see. Oh yeah, RoboCop Prime Directives. I thought that was a TV show.
So it's weird because that list listed it as 4 different movies, and then when I looked it up on Letterboxd, it was one thing, and then when I put it on Google, it was like it listed it as 4 episodes. So I don't know. So I left it up to you.
I mean, it might be fun just to have an excuse to do more RoboCop because I'm kind of out of them now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so weird because if you type it into Google, it says movie, but then the first thing you get is Wikipedia saying TV
4
miniseries,
episodes. Yeah.
Canadian TV miniseries. Oh,
That's
and like every episode is 120 minutes long, so it
that's
can't
what
be a
I'm saying.
movie.
Yeah. Like
No, we
it's
can't count this.
no, it's done.
Don't you think?
I don't.
Every episode is 120 minutes long. That is a miniseries, my friend.
I don't know. Like I said, like I listed
It's
it as
4 movies if they're movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we better take that off. That's not movies. What the heck? Like I said, if I have to do that, I have to do all the Spawn seasons as movies.
All right. All right. Donnie Darko's only on here because you did it on Superhero Rewind, so I was like,
Yeah,
I
and
guess so.
leave it for now. I've still never understood that as a superhero thing, but I did it because
And I've never seen it, so I was
somebody
like,
requested it, and I was like, well, I'm gonna do it on Superhero Rewind because people think it's a superhero movie. Is this actually a superhero thing?
the one after that I'm sure you
Yeah.
don't want me to say the name of. Apparently, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm curious to see if that gets any views.
I can't wait for the Geek Evolution video that has that in the title.
It'll just be blank. Like it won't have a title.
Well, no, Blank Man's a different thing.
Oh,
so.
oh, right. Comic book villains.
Yeah, it's like a TV movie about comic book villains, I
That
guess.
can't be good.
There's no way.
Some reviewer said, not as perfect as Jurassic Park, but it's a good effing movie.
For which movie?
For comic book villains.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess so.
You know what
It
we haven't?
stars Donald Logue,
You
so
know
you
what we
might
haven't
like.
done in a while?
What's
Oh,
that?
we have. Oh, you have to do it now. You know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't. We haven't done a video just reading people's ridiculous, goofy reviews. Those are my
It's
favorite
true.
videos.
Of course.
You know how people love it when we make fun of children? We gotta do that again. Inspector
Yeah.
Gadget's last case.
I think it's like an animated TV movie.
What? Wow, Letterboxd doesn't even know how long it is.
No, it says here it's 90 minutes.
Where does it say that?
On Letterboxd, that's what I'm looking at.
Well, you don't have to be a smart ass about it. Oh, there it is. There it says 90 minutes. I'm getting really tired here.
It says it in the place where it says the
It
runtime.
says it where it says it. Why does he have the car from Roger Rabbit?
It's his new superpower.
Is that his gadget mobile?
Exactly, his Inspectomobile.
This is fun. We should make this a series. We just go through an entire
Just talk
genre
about
of
movies.
movies.
Yeah.
Sting of Black Scorpion. Look, content, man. It's important.
Yep. Black Mask 2, City of Black Mask.
I can't wait to talk about that one. Oh, what are we doing with our lives here? So this is the most generic, most terrible box cover I've ever seen. I'm being hyperbolic, but look, the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, with just a blue face. Hey, the lead actor that plays the Lone Ranger is named Chad, so it might be good.
And David Fielding as the Lone Ranger. David Fielding was Zordon. See, he looks like Zordon. That was my joke. Okay,
Glad you
Bulletproof
explained it.
Monk.
He also looks like he was drawn on a blueprint.
Is that a superhero movie?
Bulletproof Monk? Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently it's like a superhero movie adjacent thing, like an original character.
Okay. It's the synopsis of it sounds vaguely like Iron Fist or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably that type of thing.
Oh,
X.
maybe it's later on this list, but do you have Larry Boy on here?
Maybe not. I don't remember that. But there's like 8,000 things. I didn't know half of them, so maybe.
Okay. Yeah, you have to add that. That would count because you got a movie.
We'll see, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, I think that was early 2000s, and I'm not seeing it.
Here, I will try to add it right now.
That's what I was gonna say. Just see if you can add it, because I think that should pop up by now. I mean, I don't want to do that, but why do I have to do all these Christian superheroes?
The VeggieTales thing?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. You know what? So there was a VeggieTales movie, and I tried to add it, but I couldn't find it under VeggieTales. That might be why, because I just
Yeah.
looked up Larry Boy, and
yeah,
there
it's
it
called
is.
Larry Boy.
So that's probably why I probably just went like, oh, I can't find it on Letterboxd.
Okay.
And then I went, no one's gonna care because that's a VeggieTales movie.
Thanks, guys. Oh, wait. Discussing topic says it's not longer than 40 minutes, so don't count it.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
It's not. It's got to be at least an hour before I'll call it feature length.
Okie dokie.
And even then, it's not exactly feature, but like that my cutoff is 55, 60 minutes, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because if you count it like longer, then you count out like a ton of early stuff, and
Yeah.
that's not fair because a lot of movies just were that length back then.
Yeah, exactly. But when you're talking like TV episode length.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, where are we here? Take Time Cop 2 off because we took off the first one.
Yep, will do.
Comic Book the Movie. I don't know if that's actually a superhero thing.
I don't know.
Because I don't know what the plot of that is. I've never seen it. It's a Kevin Smith thing with Mark Hamill.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna say this, but then they don't. They're like playing characters.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. It's about comic book stuff. I don't know if it's really superheroes. Like,
Yeah.
it's a mockumentary thing that's kind of like Trekkies.
It's got Hugh Hefner though, and he's like a real life superhero. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, let's take that off. I might
Okay.
review it at some point, just, off the cuff, but
Okie dokie.
Okay, Hellboy, Punisher, Spider-Man 2. Now we're into all the normal
Catwoman,
stuff.
Blade,
Surge
Surge.
of Power. This looks horrible.
Uh, hey, it's got Nichelle Nichols and Lou Ferrigno and Marv Wolfman and Len Wein.
My favorite thing about this poster is that it looks like a convention poster.
Yeah,
It doesn't even look like a movie poster.
it
It
looks
looks
like a
like I'm going to
poster
go
they
to a
made.
convention, and like this list of people too. We're probably all at a convention together at one point, and then they just did this movie.
No, the pictures at the bottom are 100% the like convention pictures that
Yeah,
you
they
see,
are.
but the entire poster looks like it was like a Make-A-Wish Foundation thing.
Oh no.
That's gonna be atrocious. I can't wait for you to talk about
Why
it.
do I have to do that? And what sucks is, since I'm doing this commentary project thing, some of these will just be movies that are not easy to get your hands on and that people won't have discs of
Mhm.
or be able to stream legally. And so I'm going to be by myself with no one watching along with me.
100% you could stream Surge of Power 24/7 on loop and you'll get no strikes.
That's true. That's a good point. I could just put that one on there. Probably the same thing with like Bible Man and stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's no way that the people who own it aren't dead at this point.
okay, everything else I'm seeing here counts. Shark Boy and Lava Girl, I'm told, is actually a superhero movie.
Yep, that's a superhero
What the
movie.
heck is Sidekick?
I think it's a movie about a sidekick.
Okay. All right. I just want to see who's in it.
No one I've ever heard of.
Me neither. Okay.
It's some Baldwin that no one remembers.
And the other Baldwin.
But not that other Baldwin.
So I've always kind of counted V for Vendetta, even though it's only sort of a superhero movie. Some
V
things
for
it
Ven-
feels like if they've got a costume and it's really popular, it kind of transcends it.
V for Vendetta I counted just because it's like a really big comic book movie, and I was like I could understand why you would make an exception for that. So that was the only reason I
Yeah, and I
included
want to leave it because I started preparing for that at one point. I never ended up doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have actually seen that movie now because I was gonna do a rewind on it.
Oh, you'd never seen it
No,
until you started working?
no, I'd never seen it
Interesting.
until last year. And
Wow.
spoiler alert, really liked it.
Yeah, I
Everybody
remember
likes that
liking
movie.
I don't think it's as good as the book from what I remember, but I remember liking it.
Well, the book is actually the reason I never got around to doing the rewind because it's very wordy and it was taking me too long to read. And I didn't want to do the movie. I don't do this with everything, but with that, I really didn't want to review that movie without reading the Alan Moore, and I just couldn't get through it. I didn't have
Well,
time. Not that I wasn't enjoying it. It's just it's very heady. It's very wordy,
Yeah.
and I had a lot going on, and I just didn't have time to get through it.
Well, and that's like the type of thing that I have that with, where it's like, that's just like a mini series. Like I will read that before I watch the movies. So I get where you're coming from with that.
John Ty, will Dredd 2012 be on the list? I was counted Judge Dredd as a superhero movie.
We've already passed Judge Dredd
because it just plays that way, and Dredd is sort of not really, but I'm still gonna put it here.
Yeah,
Don't
absolutely.
you
I
think?
mean, that's like the big British comic and like kind of a superhero thing. So
There is a certain amount of popularity that is affecting this. I don't think anybody's gonna begrudge us that. Special.
he's a special little guy.
Oh, he becomes convinced he's a superhero because he has a weird reaction to medication.
I clicked on this and it just says watched by DJ, but given no rating. So he's seen it, but I don't know what he thinks.
He's watched a lot of these obscure superhero things. I don't think he sent me that one in the mail, but years ago, before I knew him and he was watching the channel, I got a stack of like 5 or 6 really obscure superhero movies from him.
Oh, cool.
And
I
it was
knew he used to collect like everything like you do, and then stopped at a certain point.
yes, and it was actually a long time before I realized he was the one that sent me those.
Oh,
Like after I
interesting.
started working
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ultimate Avengers. So now we're getting into some of the animated stuff finally. Okay, so this Blade movie, I want to say, is the pilot for the TV show.
Most likely, because I'd never heard of it, but that's probably what
I
it
think we can
is.
take that off.
Here, I'll look it up just in case.
Because I'm pretty sure that's not actually a movie. Yeah, reviews are saying pilot for the series.
Oh, okay, okay.
Reprocesses overarching points of Blade the movie for television. Yeah, we don't need to cover that.
I'm sure that's not trash.
I've got it. I've never watched it. Well, maybe at some point I'll do an overview on the TV show in some form, but I don't feel the need to do a commentary on that for the show. Oh my god, I'm going to have to watch My Super Ex-Girlfriend again. I thought I would never have to put up with that. You know what? I'm canceling the show before we start
I was going to say, this is the moment where Cap cancels.
Yeah. I'm going to show up tomorrow night to make a show called Cap Cancels Superhero Rewind Commentary Project. Robert, Cap, you're going to count V for Vendetta as a superhero movie, not Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget is still here, damn it. I don't want to do it, but it's still here right now. I love how
angry people are about Inspector Gadget. Go Gadget fandom.
God, if this was a different kind of channel, there'd be a particular finger I'd be holding up right now, I think. Okay. Light Speed. You know, I actually own that. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I'd never even heard of that.
That's one of those many Stan Lee presents, but probably has never heard of.
Oh, it's that one. Yeah, because I clicked on a few of these just to see what they were if I didn't know. And I remembered one of them being like a Stan Lee thing where he probably did nothing, but his name is on it.
Yeah, I'm sure it sold 3 extra copies. The Aquaman pilot is here because I actually did that. And it's, long enough and did make a series. Zoom, I've heard is bad. I have that.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
There's that Teen Titans movie.
Yeah.
And I've never seen the Hellboy animated movies, but I've got them.
I used to watch them a lot when I was like 13-ish. They'd play on TV a lot.
So all this stuff came to me in the mail from somebody. Maybe Lightspeed was one, and I know Mosaic and Condor somebody sent me. Those might have been DJ things. I can't remember. Oh, look, it's The Superhero.
I love The Superhero.
Wow, look at this cover.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, it looks like an indie comic somebody did in their basement.
The Superhero, an Adam Simcox film, period. I love it.
That's not a complete sentence, friend. A city is brought to its knees by an army of drug addicts. A mass vigilante desperately fights back. The line between good and evil blurs into one. What's that even mean?
There's heroes on both sides.
I'm going to have to sit through that. Because it counts. Mosaic. Okay.
This came out the year before Iron Man and The Dark Knight.
We are 2/5 of the way through now, folks.
We're getting there.
This is going to get faster now, I think.
Yeah, especially I was shocked by how little there's been in the 2020s.
Well, it's superhero fatigue. We're done.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the main reason is probably COVID, yeah?
No, of course.
Nothing came out.
No, of course, but like you lose all of the like B grade, like just people making crap in their basement.
Yeah, exactly.
Which you would think there would be more of, like with COVID, because it's like, hey, we're all locked inside. Let's make a superhero movie.
Superhero in my basement.
Yeah, there'd be like 8,000 Dr. Horribles, and they'd all be horrible.
Robert wants to know if I count Buzz Lightyear as a superhero. No, because Lightyear sucks. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't count that.
I don't. He works for a space ranger agency.
It's too informed by Star Wars. Like, I get that there's like a little bit of like Buck Rogers-y stuff in it, but like it's too in that mold, I think, for me to count it.
Well, it's interesting you say informed by Star Wars, because I feel like it's kind of more sci-fi than science fantasy.
Oh, well, and if we're going specifically with that movie, I just meant like through the Toy Story movies and stuff. Like, especially because like Zurg is just Darth Vader.
Oh, that's a good point.
Stuff like that.
No, that's a good point.
Until you get to that movie, but
but Star Command is more of a Starfleet than it's a
that is
Star Wars Rebels, whatever.
And it's just kind of like generic sci-fi in the same way that Woody is generic Western.
That's true. It's blending everything. So what's the point in trying to? Yeah, no, you're right. This conversation is dumb because you're trying to.
Everybody who's listening to this is dumber for
Yeah,
having
that's
heard it.
because you're trying to tap into one, but it's everything. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, what's the
exactly.
one thing that inspired it? Well, that's stupid. Everything did. Okay, moving right along. Does Jumper count?
Yes, I think
I've heard
so.
people count that, but I've never seen it, so I don't know.
I think so. I was like, I kind of liked it as a kid, but like not enough to watch it more than once. But it's all like they have like teleporting powers and like there's like a secret organization of these super powered people and stuff. Like I think it's like in that kind of Hancocky kind of way.
Why does the live action Ben 10 movie look like somebody made that in their basement?
I don't know, but I can't wait for you to watch it.
Like, look at the cover of it. That's god awful. Cartoon Network original movie. It's like they're not only too lazy to make cartoons at that point, they're too lazy to make box art that
Sir,
doesn't look like it was made in Microsoft Paint.
This was directed by Alex Winter, a very serious director, sir.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
To be fair, Alex Winter I think also directed is like the Smosh or the Fred movie, so he's not exactly above trash.
Oh no, he did the Fred movie?
It's one of them.
What do I
can't
know
remember
him
which one
from?
He did. He's Bill from Bill and Ted.
Oh, okay, there you go. Well, he's working, man.
Yeah, no, he's a cool guy.
He's getting paid.
From what I've heard, he's better than Keanu in Bill and Ted 3. So
Like he directs bad kid movies. I watch superhero movies nobody cares about. Like we all do what we have to do, you know.
Yeah, exactly. We all got to pay rent.
Anyway, I don't know why I do this, honestly. No, I'm kidding. Wanted is not really a superhero movie. Let's take that off.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
No, that's one of those ones where I was like, that's another big comic book movie. So I was like, I'll put it on just because I don't know.
Are we thinking it could be influency enough that it should stay there? Is that your thinking?
I don't know.
I mean, if that's there, are we putting Red there?
Well, and I put Reddit on the list again just as a big comic book thing, figuring it would be taken off. So I don't know. It's up to you.
I kind of feel like those should go. If anybody wants to contend us on it, feel free. We haven't gotten a lot of pushback on anything though.
Well, and
except for Inspector Gadget. Sorry, what?
I think in the comics, Wanted is more of like a superhero-y thing, but the movie takes that more so out. But Wanted, from what I remember, Wanted is more Matrix.
I should watch it then. I don't think I've ever seen that. I have seen Red.
What's his face? James McAvoy pre X-Men. That was like his first big.
Why have I not watched that?
I don't know.
He was in a Dune TV miniseries. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
Hancock, Batman, Gotham Knight. Moving right along here. Okay, does Bolt count? Because I've never seen that.
Oh my god, Jesus!
But what happened?
I shook my phone and a gremlin jumped out. I don't know if you know that, but if on the
what?
On the mobile app, if you shake your phone, a gremlin jump scares you. I moved and it did that. I was like, oh.
God, that's a good way for your phone to give a person a heart attack. But yeah,
pops up at the bottom.
So you got this movie about a dog that plays a superhero and then kind of pretends to be a superhero. Does it count as a superhero movie?
I don't know because I've never seen it.
I haven't either. All right, we'll leave it for now.
I just know that he's like a superhero dog in the movie.
Danaverse says Bolt doesn't count. Should we just base it on Danaverse?
I don't know because I don't know anything about it. So
okay, if one more person says we got 29 people watching right now. If one more person says Bolt doesn't count, we'll take Bolt off.
If one more person says Bolt doesn't count, we're ending the show right now.
We'll blow up a hospital.
Well, discussing topic says that it depressed him, so I think it counts.
Spider-Fan, I remember it being marketed as an action movie with a dog that plays a superhero in a movie. So like sort of but not really marketed as a superhero movie.
Well, I remember seeing trailers where it's like, oh, the dog has
Oh, and Jareth
super
Gearhart
speed.
says wanted should count.
Oh, okay.
We,
Yeah.
we have
It's been so long
contention.
since I watched it. The big thing I remember is that it's
Okay,
got
put
like
it back.
full...
Put it back for right now.
Okay, one, it's back on. One, it's back on. Cap, what final verdict? Bolt, yay or nay?
Uh, I'm gonna wait and see if one more person mentions it.
Okay.
Because Robert said he votes for Bolt. I don't know what that means. Is he voting to have it there or to not
Well,
have it there?
It's like Pedro. He votes for him. So there you go.
The Anniversary might be an interesting movie. I've just never considered it a superhero movie.
Well, there's definitely lots of movies where I think we all kind of go like, really? Like, but I guess.
I think that we'll leave the spirits for now.
Well, the Spirit, I think, definitely counts.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so tired. I was thinking Sin City when I saw the Spirit.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
No, don't apologize. That's me being stupid. Like, of course the Spirit counts, but I saw Spirit and my brain went Sin City.
Well, it's Frank Miller directed, so
Yeah. But we didn't put Sin City on here, do we?
I'm pretty sure Sin City's on here.
Well, we're past 05, and maybe I saw it earlier. And hold on, I'll go back and look. I gotta go to the previous page though.
Yeah,
Oh, we gotta get through this. I'm getting really tired.
we're almost there.
We're not almost there. We're like halfway through.
No,
Yeah,
we
Sin
gotta be
City's
farther
there.
than that.
Sin
Yeah,
City's
okay.
there.
I thought it was.
No, we're still at like the top of page 3.
Yeah.
That makes us
Okay.
halfway there. That makes us less than halfway there. I don't know how math
Well,
works. There's 5 pages. They're
We're
100.
almost halfway.
They're 100. Oh, not Garfield's Pet Force. Oh no!
Starts up. I'm a superhero.
The hell is Missy in the Maxinator?
I don't know. But apparently
can-
it's a superhero
He can
movie.
see through walls, hear distant voices, and he suddenly has superhuman strength. Suddenly. All those other things, not as sudden.
Well, it's called Missy and the Maxinator, a hero will rise.
Wouldn't it be great if you had a movie with a subtitle like that? A hero will rise. Doesn't happen in the movie because it's gonna happen later. It's just a prophetic
Well,
title.
yeah. And then the next one's a hero rises. Josh says that Bolt is a deconstructionist piece on superheroes.
Okay, we'll keep it. But if it turns out you're just being pretentious when I watch it,
I will come to you and I will punch you.
that's my plan. That's my
Okay.
plan. Wouldn't be the first time. I thought this Phantom movie was actually like a TV miniseries. No, it is a movie.
Yeah, it says it's 240 minutes.
Well, that's because I think it was broadcast as a miniseries.
Well, it could be like an It thing, right? Where it's like it's a mini series, but like it's a movie. Like
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe so. AMC. I never thought bringing up Inspector Gadget would get Cap so triggered.
Just bring up Bumblebee as a superhero movie next.
Oh, I'm gonna quit this show multiple times.
Because I think there's an argument for Transformers, but
Then we got somebody earlier was asking about things like that are like that don't start as superhero things but get really popular in comics, and like I've never counted Transformers as superhero.
well, and the way I've always seen Transformers is that it's kind of like a weird X-Men thing where it's like there's like this race of like two groups that like fight each other that like I don't know, like I don't know if I would say it's a superhero movie, but I can see it either way. Like I can see where people would land on that.
Well, I mean, I'll throw this at you. There's another universe somewhere where X-Men isn't counted as superhero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like, if
Yeah.
that doesn't start in a superhero universe, it doesn't have to be people with costumes. And you know, when you're dealing with like terrorists and people that are thought of as terrorists but are fighting the other terrorists, like it gets in such a murky kind of, the whole point of X-Men is shades of gray and stuff. Like,
Yeah. Well, and then Jareth brings up G.I. Joe, and again, I wouldn't count G.I. Joe, but G.I. Joe, was a big Marvel comic, and it's very influenced by Shield and Hydra.
well, then, are those movies just basically superhero movies? Because I've never seen them, and I know
The first one very much is a superhero origin movie, and then the second one's just like an '80s action movie kind of thing.
And then I don't know what they did with Snake Eyes because I didn't see that.
Snake Eyes, I think, was written by the same guy who did Shang-Chi, and it's also like a very generic movie like that. And that's also a superhero origin movie. But again, like I don't know if you'd want to include it.
Does
Like
Losers count?
so Losers is like a comic book team thing, and it's kind of in that situation as Red, where I'm like, I don't know,
I
but
don't think it
I
counts.
put it on just in case. I can take it off.
These are difficult decisions.
Absolutely, yeah. I see. I left all the hard decisions for you, so.
Uh, it's one of those things where like it sounds like a superhero movie,
Well, because it's like very much like a comic book movie,
right?
but it's just that does it count as a
But like it's
superhero?
comic book, it's superhero
Because it's
rewind,
also
not
very
comic
like
book rewind.
A-team y, like you know what I mean?
But like we left Wanted, which is in a real similar place.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should
Absolutely.
leave that if we left Wanted. Didn't we?
Okay.
Didn't we leave Wanted?
You told me to add it back on because people in the chat were
We'll
saying
leave
Wanted.
losers because we'll get called losers if we don't.
I get called a loser every day by my mom, so I don't care.
Look, it's Avenging Force the Scarab,
Yeah, it's Blue Beetle in Marvel.
and like we're leaving Sin City.
Yeah. Like I said,
At the
there were
point where
certain
we're
things.
leaving that, you about have to leave a lot of this other stuff. But
I mean, like I said, there were certain things where I was like, okay, if Sin City counts, I will count some of these big comic book movies
yeah,
so that you can tell me to take it off. Because I was like, I will leave it to your judgment on
I
that.
I just don't think I can. Yeah, Josh, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that there's a way to do X-Men where they don't seem like superheroes at all.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what Singer did back in the day. Like, you know, where we lose a lot of that kind of superhero-y
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, AMC. I do have Nick Fury, Agent of Shield. We're not naming every movie
Yeah,
that's
because
here.
certain
I
things
don't
like that, it's like, well, it counts, move on, it
I don't know if I
counts.
put it on the screen, but yeah. Uh, and I also was working on a rewind on that. Actually, one of the last. It would have
Scripted
been
ones, right?
it would have been the last scripted one before I went to non-scripted. And again, I am planning on doing scripted ones again occasionally. I don't know if I'll do that at this point. Um, I don't know if I'll waste one on that. That'll probably just be a commentary. Although that's going to be weird because nobody is going to be able to watch it with me. I have a disc, but it's very
Mhm.
expensive and it's not streaming. But yeah, I actually took meticulous notes for that and then never got around to writing it.
Daniverse asks about a history of violence. I did not include that on the list. I know it's a comic book movie, and I've never seen it, so but I assumed that was like far enough removed that
That's what I figured.
I
Yeah,
didn't have to include it. It's kind of like I didn't include the Tales from the Crypt movie, even though like that's a big comic book too. Like there's just certain things where it's like, okay, they're action movies, they're big comic book movies. Like I'll include them, and then Cap can tell me to take them off.
yeah. Cap can like drag his feet and be wishy washy and not make a decision.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
what I tend to do, really. Phantom Effect. This is also one of the worst boxes I've ever seen. Look at this. What's wrong with your faces?
Why is blonde Tobey Maguire so blurred? Same with Gary Busey at the top.
Boy, that's painful. Meanwhile, Jay Powers secretly becomes part of the experiments. Would you believe that I actually am friends with a guy, no joke, named Jay Powers?
It's probably this guy.
It's not. It's not. His name's spelled differently.
Oh, okay.
Jay Powers spells his name with an E after, and I've never seen that, by the way. But yeah, I know
Oh,
a
and
guy
Jay
named.
Powers is the character.
Shout
Okay.
out to Jay Powers. No, I know. I'm just saying. What are the odds that some random character name shows up? I know a guy named that. It's weird.
Hey, I know a guy named Jonah Hex. Absolutely. I'm not making
Adam
it up.
9 Adventures. Well, we can't speculate about this because the tagline is "Witness the evolution of a new superhero."
Yeah, and you got blue Robert Downey Jr. in
Do
the
I have
background.
Do I have to witness this? It's
It,
Indiana Jones meets Flash Gordon.
the bad guys at the bottom look like they're like Jawas if they became spies.
This is wonderful. I'm really enjoying doing this. I want to go to bed now. Scott Pilgrim.
Does Scott Pilgrim count?
I don't know, but let's leave it.
Okay.
Because I kind of want to do it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't want to do Boy Wonder, though. Why do I have to do that?
Because it'll be funny. Probably not.
No, it won't. That won't be fun at all.
That also was not on the list. That was the thing I had to remember and be like, wait a minute, we did that movie. What was it called? Boy Wonder.
Boy Wonder. Oh, good job. Except, not good job because I don't
it was
do it. Fire breather. It's not easy being a teen like Duncan. His mom wants him to pay more attention to his homework, while his dad is a 120-foot tall monster known as a kaiju. Yeah, that's what a kaiju is.
Yeah, that's true.
Why isn't
apparently he's Godzilla because he wants him to become the next king of the monsters.
I don't want to watch that. That looks like the worst CG imaginable.
No, it looks terrible.
I Am Number 4. Is that a superhero movie?
I don't know.
I wouldn't have thought so, but I've never seen it.
They included it on the list. I'm guessing because they have like superpowers. I'm guessing it's on the same level as Jumper. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I remember the trailers looking kind of like Jumper.
Okay. Well, I guess if we're counting that, we gotta have a vague semblance of consistency, which is gonna be the name of my autobiography, by the way. Bomb Squad, become the hero. Can we not?
Please no.
Ow.
Can they just be bombed?
Can like, I don't know. I want to send all these like $5.50 B-movie terrible looking posters to like any graphic artist I know. In 6 seconds, they'll make something that looks better.
Is that going to be a new Rewind rule? Your poster has to be at least this level of quality.
Yes.
You can be reviewed.
Your poster has to be this number of pixels.
Look, if there are asylum films with better posters than your film,
if your poster looks like it's in like 240p, not reviewing you. In Austin's world, that would be the main thing that gets you reviewed. Like,
exactly.
the qualification would have to be, it must be under 480p.
It has to be just 5p.
Oh, you know what? I remember seeing this at Walmart at one point.
What, Bomb Squad?
No, Thunderstorm.
I'm guessing that
Return of Thor.
I'm guessing that's the Asylum Thor, because you'll notice that every time we hit a Thor movie, there are the Thor movies around it.
Okay, so I know I'm probably the only person that laughs at things like this, just the way people word stuff. But
yeah.
The review is great. 0.5 star. That's honestly the worst movie I have ever seen. Not this, that. That!
That right there is the one of them worst films I done ever seen.
I don't care who you are, that's a piece of crap. Okay.
That's a big pile of
Josh, the Bomb Squad poster looks like the cover to a trash young adult novel you'd see sold
in
Walmart.
But it's also got that blue and orange thing that like every poster in 2019 had, so it might have been influential.
Yeah, but I mean, at least a lot of those book covers seem like they were like if you put them on your computer screen and you zoomed in, you wouldn't lose resolution.
No, the Bomb Squad poster looks like an AI made it in 2010.
I've always been curious about Pizza Man.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Pizza Man.
It sounds obligatory. Like this had to exist at some point.
It's the Malcolm in the Middle kid.
It is, but now he's Pizza Man, and Stan Lee's
there. I'm surprised it doesn't say Stan Lee's Pizza Man.
Stan Lee's Pizza Man. I think we should make this like the third thing on the new Rewind commentary show.
Yeah, I would love if you one of the early things you did was one of these like crappy
We should
ones.
front load it. We should get it in there. Or do all superheroes must die?
I think that's what you're going to be saying by the end of this.
I think so too. I always thought, and I have a copy of this, I always thought this cover looked like, oh man, Watchmen came out.
100%. That's
Right?
what that poster is. And it's funny because Watchmen bombed. Like, it's not like it was this gigantic
No, wait, this
financial
would have been
success.
2 or 3 years after that. This is 2011, isn't it? Yeah,
Yep.
there's Green Lantern, there's First Class.
Yeah, so we're like quite a bit after Watchmen, or like 2 years after, but like I said, like that movie bombed. Like it's not like everyone was like cash in on that. Like it was super successful.
Robert, I
don't know.
would watch anything on Earth, but I won't watch that. I think he was referring to Bomb Squad or Thunderstorm Return of Thor.
He will do anything for love, but he won't watch that.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to do the Amazing Bulk finally.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, so we passed by Puss in Boots, and I know on the show the other day you said that you disagreed with me on that.
I don't agree with that. I think we should take that off.
So I put it on there because it's just Zorro movies. But
people see. I was listening to you on that, but then people in the comments were saying it's not Zorro.
I mean, I don't know. Like that's
Like
my understanding. Is
but isn't it fairy tale stuff?
but I mean, it's Zorro in like a fairy tale setting. Like the fairy tale thing is just the setting before like anything else.
But
like,
isn't Puss in Boots itself based on something fairy tale that like gets it in there?
no, absolutely. But they make it more Zorro because that's who they cast.
Oh,
And with that new one, it's like they have these fairy tale characters, but they're all like supervillains, like, and they're all like assassins that are trying to kill. Like,
okay. I'm gonna let the commenters decide on this because I haven't seen it.
yeah. First commenter is Robert Wilder says if Zorro counts, Puss in Boots counts. That's just one guy, and it's Robert.
Yeah, it's
Here's what
Robert.
that guy says. Yeah.
No, I need a second, third, and fourth opinion. So the Sherlock Holmes movies we decided are gonna count. Bad
The second
Samaritan
one's not
must
even
die.
a detective movie.
God, there's all these terrible movies made in somebody's garage.
Oh my God, there's another Samaritan movie. It's not the same thing, but I didn't.
No, this
that.
one's bad and must die.
Well, I mean, in Samaritan did die, so he must have been bad, and it's a sequel.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Well, we know he was bad.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, I mean, wasn't Samaritan the good guy in it? And like, I think so. And like, he just took that name.
Oh
after
yeah, that's what it
he
was.
thought he was Samaritan.
But the twist is the hero used to be the villain.
Yeah, exactly. And
It was a decent twist.
It wasn't
We
bad.
didn't hate that movie.
I feel like we would have hated it if it didn't surprise. Or I shouldn't say surprise.
It needed
surprised.
It needed Stallone. Like
Yeah.
it really helped that it was Stallone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jareth says I would sadly say no to Puss in Boots. Josh says Puss in Boots was originally an Italian fairy tale. The Shrek version changed it from Italian to Spanish, so they looked to Zorro. Matthew Bay says it counts more than Wanted.
It's just like a mix of opinions on Puss in Boots.
Yeah. Well,
I
some of
feel
these
like-
maybe I'll just leave on the list but never pick, and if somebody really wants them, they can pick them.
I feel like the big no for Puss in Boots is just that it started as a fairy tale thing. But I could be wrong on that. And like I said, I think it's kind of in that Sherlock Holmes way where I think they move it over to that genre enough that it becomes a superhero thing.
Okay. Well, I'm moving past some stuff. Make sure and take Men in Black 3 off there.
Yep.
If you haven't done that. Alter Egos. God, there's so many B ones at this point. Black Bat, Elf Man, yikes. Black Bat, Rise of the Black Bat. Yikes, look at this poster. Look at this man.
Oh my God.
Justice is blind. No more. Oh my God, he's like a Daredevil guy.
He's got like a Red Robin mask, but it looks like they photoshopped a real mouth onto an animated mask.
We're going to do this one fourth. We got to get this in there.
I'm surprised Stan Lee isn't in this one.
I'm going to order these stat. Crimson
I'm sure that's good.
What superhero name have we not had yet? Crimson. Let's roll a d20. I can't even read this. Was supervised?
Supervised.
Look at this. God, I need a decoder ring.
That's like that weird Quantum Mania poster they made. I don't know if you remember, but it was just like symbols to like make Quantum Mania, and it was nothing. Like it's no English, no letters.
That advertising campaign paid off.
Big time.
Sparks, Captain Battle, Legacy War. Oh, this is painful.
I'm guessing that's the. Oh my god! Did you click on the poster? There's a man painted red. I didn't notice that before.
This looks like it came out in 1994 when Fantastic Four came out, and that movie felt like it was made 10 years before 1994.
That looks like it's simultaneously a Captain America and Nick Fury porno.
You know what that's true. You know what the biggest irony is going to be on this show, on the Superhero Rewind commentary project?
What's that?
That finally the video that gets 0 views on our channel is indeed superhero related.
Yeah, it won't be Captain Battle though. I'll tell you that. Everyone will watch that review.
Yeah, I mean, if it turns out it is a porn thing, I'm not going to do it, folks.
It's not. So they listed like porns differently, like completely separate from the list of regular movies in that list you sent me.
Maybe something got through the cracks, though.
Something definitely got it through the cracks.
Hey, check it out. Yippee-ki-yay, Blue Falcon. Look at this. How's this a thing? I never knew about this.
Where is this one?
Scooby-Doo Mask of the Blue Falcon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wait, Space Ghost is in this?
I think it's just one of those like oh yeah, I remember hearing about this because people said it was the better version of Scoob. I think
It says Space Ghost is in it.
There you go.
Wow. Okay, we'll do that 5th. Just kidding. But I'm curious about that now. That's crazy.
Although now I'm wondering if I should have put Scoob in it as well, because that's also a Blue Falcon movie.
Oh, that's unfortunate because I've heard terrible things about that. But there's already at least one Scooby-Doo movie I have to do because of the Brave and the Bold movie.
And I put the original Batman Meets Scooby-Doo on here, which I know is like a TV show thing, but you did it before, so I did.
Robert Wilde, if you're counting this one, you have to count Scoob. Oh, no.
Okay, I'll add Scoob.
Oh, pain, terrible pain. I just want to go to bed. Iron Man Rise of Technovar. Okay, but that's an anime.
Is it not like an English thing, though?
I don't know who made this.
I don't know.
Also, I didn't think that was a movie. I thought that was a TV show.
No, I think that's I think that's a movie.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, I'm not against doing it. It's just, I'm afraid as soon as I do anything anime, it's going to open the floodgates. People are like, come on, Cap. When are you doing this
you could be like, it's Iron Man.
It's Iron Man? That's
hello.
how I talk.
Okay, it is Iron Man, okay. Leave me alone.
Is this now the second movie that we've looked at called The Sidekick?
Yeah.
What the hell? Rob Benedict, who no one's ever heard of, is The Sidekick.
I mean, no one's ever heard of it. At least they're honest.
Thanks, Rob. No, that's me talking.
Oh.
It's just his name is huge at the top. Rob Benedict. Yes, everybody's favorite comedic actor, Rob Benedict.
So I just clicked on him because I don't know who that is, and the first movie it lists is not another teen movie. So
he was the breakout character from that.
Yeah, he's the teacher from Spider-Man. The new trilogy is Blood Diamond.
Okay, it's a star-studded cast.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along here. Is I Frankenstein a superhero movie? I'm sure that was you putting that on there.
So that's a comic book thing, and then
Oh yeah, that's true.
he's like a Frankenstein monster that goes around fighting demons and stuff. Like it's in the same league as like Priest and stuff, and like stuff like that.
Constantine
Like
stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Constantine, yeah, Constantine.
Okay. Stan Lee's Mighty Seven.
Oh boy.
In case you don't believe that this is a Stan Lee property, he's one of the Mighty Seven, or at least he's standing there with them. Sorry, what?
And then everyone's favorite character, the Scribbler, who is played by Katie Cassidy.
Who's that?
It's
Terry Hatcher's in this.
She's the first Black Canary in Arrow. Laurel. I think.
Is that Laurel? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Sorry, it's been a while.
No, it's okay. And Elijah Dishku, whatever her name is,
Yeah,
Dishku.
I love Elijah Dishku.
Dishku.
Dushku. She's not helping you clean your dishes. Man, the Lego Movie thing is making my brain hurt.
Yeah, I don't know.
Leave it for now.
Leave it for now.
I can't wait to do the Scribbler though.
They included all of the Lego movies, so they're all on here. So.
Okay, some of that we're gonna take off.
Yeah.
The Post-Human Project.
That's definitely a superhero thing, just by the poster. It also looks awful.
Yeah.
This guy included the Rock Hercules saying it also became a superhero movie, but I've never seen it, so I don't know.
I haven't either.
But the guy on the list...
Brett Ratner!
Yeah.
Come on, I don't want to do more Brett Ratner movies.
I thought you were going to say you don't want to do another Rock movie.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's fair. But...
It's probably better than...
Black Adam?
Black Adam. I almost said Black Canary.
You couldn't even think of Black Adam. So yes, Birdman is not technically a superhero movie, but I've always wanted to do it on Rewind.
Yeah, that's one where I was like...
Almost just on principle.
That one I feel like you should do if you're doing the return to the Batcave. I mean, I guess that's more of a superhero thing by what you said, because it's got like a villain, but...
Yeah, no, I mean, Birdman is just straight up not a superhero movie.
No, it's not in any way, but...
But like, it's titled that way, and it's fun to do a thing on Rewind that won an Oscar. That's not an animated movie.
Hey, Suicide Squad won best costume.
No, I just mean a Best Picture Oscar.
No, I know.
The only thing that sounds like a superhero movie that ever did.
Yeah, no.
What the hell is Real Heroes? A group. Oh, this is an awful premise. A group of B-string superheroes go on a reality show in hopes of hitting the big time.
It looks like it's got Taylor Lautner as not Aquaman. Not Aquaman.
Aquaman. Wait, why is the SpongeBob movie on here?
Oh, it's the second one, but it's because they become superheroes and fight the bad guy at the end. That was like the big thing it was sold on.
Did you put Captain Underpants on here?
I think it's on here, yeah.
Okay, there's Princess of Power.
You were like hardcore on about Cap messaged me like 15 times like, is Barbie on there? Is Barbie on there?
So
like,
I sent him one message, and it's only because I actually did a review of that at one point, and I didn't figure anybody would even know about that and put it on that list. So I was just making sure it was there because it was weird and obscure. Yeah.
Of course.
Screw
I'm just
you,
Josh.
Man.
Yeah.
There's a reason you're not on the commentaries, by the way.
That's okay.
This is not actually that reason. It's mostly because I don't want to be up this late all the time. We're proving right now why I have to do these by myself. And just because, I mean, for anybody that's curious, like, some of it is I just want to keep the show uniform, and I can't guarantee that Austin could do 500 of these shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we do lots of fun commentaries together.
So I was looking at the
and I want to see if I can do it. I want to see if I can make these good.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. I'm excited.
I'm nervous, man.
You're always nervous, though.
I know.
You're neurotic in that way.
I'm a little neurotic. Well, I don't want it to suck. The the subjects. Got so many B ones in a row here, man. 28-minute epic.
That's what I mean. When you hit 2020, we lose all of these. Like, you lose all of the weird B things.
Well, at least somebody made an effort with this poster, but it still looks terrible. And it has no reviews.
For which? Oh, you said the subjects?
No, 28-minute epic.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, somebody like drew it.
It looks
doesn't look
like
great.
it looks like it has the bad guy. Yeah, but again, effort. It looks like the bad guy from Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh wait a minute, I can't say that.
It's like, well, Cap, I know what his name is.
I know.
I can help you out.
Which reminds me, somebody asked earlier about Kingsman. I don't think I put Kingsman on here, but
It's not a superhero movie, man. I mean, it's comic book. It's only and it's only sort of comic book even because
no, exactly. That's why I was like, it doesn't even have the like argument with that because it's barely a comic.
Those are developed separately.
No, exactly.
As far as I understand it. All right.
Yep.
Moving right along. Spaghetti Man. Now we're not even trying.
Look at how good that poster is, though.
Electra Woman and Dinah Girl.
Oh, it's not one like a Disney thing.
I think at some point I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm only gonna dignify this with a 5-minute review where I press a button and talk for 5 minutes.
I don't think that deserves it though. I think that deserves like a longer rewind, like a BVS rewind.
What I'm saying is, like, some of these, am I gonna do full-on commentaries? Like,
oh, people in the comments are freaking out about Dragon Ball Evolution. Does that count?
What I don't know. What I don't like about doing it is people are gonna want me to do all the other Dragon Ball stuff.
But I think they're saying because it's the American live action.
No, I get it. I know what it is.
Yeah, no, I know. I just mean like I don't think they're saying like you have to do all of Dragon Ball. I think they're just saying they want you to do that because it's like notoriously bad.
I get it. Put it on the list. But I
don't know anything about it. I'm just asking.
I just don't love setting the precedent.
Yeah. No, I don't know anything about it, so that's why I'm asking.
Because Dragon Ball's this huge property I know nothing about.
Yeah, I was like, is that even a superhero thing? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. It's just people ask me about it all the time, so I assume it's superhero.
Oh, okay.
Just, I don't know anything about Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a weeb.
People always talk about it like it's just a given that it's superhero. And like the only reason I don't do it is because it's Japanese. And I'm like, I don't know enough about it to even know if it counts as superhero.
I just know like power levels are 9,000. That's it.
Yeah. I wish... Here's the last superhero. I wish it was the last superhero B movie. Yeah, I feel like we've looked at enough of these titles, it's almost like we watched one. It doesn't even make sense. Maximum Ride. Welcome
clever.
to her nightmare.
That looks like a really, really crappy X-Men thing.
We're going to do that 6th.
We just gotta front load all the really crap ones. Do Max Steel.
Max Steel. I actually saw the trailer for this when it came out.
I remember like there was like a kids show, and then they made a movie. I think really quickly.
Robert says, "Don't worry. After you see Dragon Ball Evolution, you still won't know anything about Dragon Ball."
Okay, but is it gonna be a Death Note thing?
Kind of like Death Note.
The Death Note movie is like the best Death Note thing ever made, and like all these people are butthurt about it because their thing sucks.
I don't know if I knew about this Marvel animated movie.
Which
Hulk,
one?
Where Monsters Dwell.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh,
yeah.
have you? Is it bad?
Yeah, Man-Thing's in it.
Of course he is. Now, when we post this, so that people can look at it, guys, let me know if there's any DC or Marvel animated movies that we're missing. Because I know there was at least one that I had to tell you about that wasn't on this list somehow. So, like, I don't know if they got them all.
The list that you sent me, I think, in, like, the last 2 years was starting to drop off, where it was, like, there were certain things from, like, oh, that just came out like a week ago, like or like like last year, where I'm like, why is that not on here? Like that,
They
I
stopped
guess they
keeping
just
it
missed
up.
it. They stopped keeping track, and then clearly,
Well, and also we'll try to keep. Let me put this disclaimer in. We'll try to keep the list up ourselves, but remember that for this project, it's got to be at least 2 years old.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
we'll have these running through this year, but you have to go back to this month in 2021 before I'll do it.
hmm yeah, absolutely.
Does that make sense? So if it comes
Although,
out,
if could they do it where it's like a few months of like leniency, and that you could request it right now, and by the time it'll happen,
yeah, that's
it
true.
could be eligible.
Well,
Like you
and
could
I'm
do it that way.
probably gonna fudge it for the second week because I think the thing that I'm doing next time, I don't know if it technically is quite 2 years old, but it's real close.
You're off by like 2 months.
Yeah,
So
so I'll probably go ahead and do it.
yeah, it's like whatever. It's crazy that it's been 2 years, but
It's so thematically relevant
yeah, no, it's just
to
that makes sense for
what's
when
going on
you're
right now.
doing it, and it is basically 2 years. It's just not
We're
exactly
being
by month.
cryptic. I don't want to officially
Yeah,
announce this yet because I'm going to
yeah.
announce it tomorrow.
You'll
But
find out tomorrow.
okay, thanks for being here with us late at night, folks. We've got a nice crowd here for whatever this is.
Don't say that when I'm drinking.
Atomic Blonde, is that a superhero movie?
That's a comic book thing, and it's like it's a comic book movie, and it's like John Wick. So I was like, I'll throw it on as like another tell me to take it off sort of thing.
It's gonna make us wish that we could do John Wick, though.
That is true. I also remember Atomic Blonde being okay. Like it's not like a bad movie, but
Yeah, let's
it's
go ahead and take that off because it's like a secret agent thing. It's not really a superhero thing.
yeah, yeah. Which we passed it. Do you want me to take Red off?
Yeah, take red off.
Okay.
Red and red two, and then we might take wanted off too.
Yeah, and possibly Wanted.
Yeah.
And I meant the losers because you said Wanted. So.
Wanted, right? That and also wanted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's Captain Underpants. You got that.
Yep.
And then we've got the Immortal Wars.
There was the Infinity Wars and there was the Immortal Wars.
Set in the future.
Oh my god, and it stars Eric Roberts.
Who's that?
That's the guy that plays Maroni in The Dark Knight. He's also in a movie called A Talking Cat, so he'll do anything. Oh, and for
Boss
Video Game
Maroni.
Movie Cap, he's the main villain of the DOA movie, which I'm really excited.
Wow, I
us
can't wait for us to
to.
get to that. We're finally going to get back to Video Game Movie Mania. And my apologies for us announcing that, doing two, and not making it anymore. But Bat March, we were doing Batman stuff, and then I took off part of this month, so that's why we haven't been back to it.
Yeah, no, we almost did it next week, but then we decided to do the Guardians thing instead. Just 'cause of timing.
I don't count Valerian as a superhero.
No, so that's like another comic book thing, and I was like, I'll leave it to you because
And I like Valerian. I mean, I
yeah, it's
wouldn't
okay.
mind the excuse, but there's. Would you believe I actually bought the steelbook of that last week?
Oh, really?
I found it in, no joke, I found it at Walmart in the big giant tub of $5 stuff. It was a
That makes
steelbook.
sense.
I was like, yeah, but I couldn't
That
believe
makes
there's a steelbook in there for anything.
Yeah, I think the reason I put Valerian on here was because again, a comic book thing, but also I was like, I think that's in like the weird sci-fi like. I don't know when that comic comes out, so I was like, I felt like it was probably in that era, but I'll take that off.
Okay, take Lego Ninjago off there. That's just not a superhero movie.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I didn't know enough about it, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. That's the only Lego movie I haven't seen.
I Kill Giants.
Good for you. I mean, they might be giants, but we don't know, but because they're dead.
I want a movie called I Might Kill Giants.
I might kill giants. Help! Should I do it?
I'm not afraid of giants. Accident, man!
It's just an accident, man. Come on.
I really can't believe the sheer number of these there are.
I know, isn't it
Once
terrible?
you get to like 2012, there's 6 billion of
Oh
them.
my God, Ray Stevenson and Michael Jai White and Ray Park
I
and
can't wait. This will be number 7. I can't
dang,
wait. Wait, Surge of Power, Revenge of the Sequel.
yeah, that got a sequel.
Oh no!
Avengers Grimm got a sequel. Avengers Grimm Time
And they
Wars.
did the same thing where they just have an ad for a convention at the bottom. Nichelle Nichols is back, but they've also got Bob Picardo and Lou Ferrigno is there
I think it's the same picture
again.
of both of them.
Is it? No, no,
No,
no, no.
it's not.
No,
It's
it's
not.
different. But they got Bob Picardo. That's hilarious.
Bruce Vilanch looks like a Mike Myers character.
I've seen him in stuff.
Wait a minute.
He's a cool
Wait.
actor.
Oh, wait, no. Okay, that was the one. Okay, never mind. No, I had a really dumb thing I was about to say.
Real quick, Robert Picardo is the first celebrity I ever met at a convention,
Oh, cool.
and he's a neat guy. I've always liked him a lot. Uh, Avengers Grimm. I remember this at Walmart.
So we passed Avengers Grimm. This is Avengers Grimm Time
Time
Wars.
Wars. Yeah, they're trying to get ahead of the time travel
And at
in
the bottom it says
Endgame.
the original Wonder Women.
Oh no! Hey, look at this one. Is this going to be a crappy Christian film? Higher Power. Oh no, it's
I don't
not.
know why you would say crappy, but
Oh, okay, okay, fair enough. You know what? I'm making judgment calls. That's not fair.
oh, and Combe Fior is in it. The guy that's not the Vulture in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
AMC, I'd actually argue the Ninjago movie is a superhero movie. The main character's dad is a supervillain. I mean, but it's so sticky, right? Because there's stuff that have. There are movies with villains that you might consider a super villain that aren't really superhero movies, right?
Well, and because that's very much looking at like Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars has a supervillain.
Well, I just meant like the supervillain is the dad thing.
Right.
But
But I'm just saying, if we're not going to count Luke Skywalker.
well, especially because Star Wars is so Marvel. Like Darth Vader's Doctor Doom and Luke Skywalker's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but like we don't count that.
Absolutely.
Hayden Spring, I didn't know Vince Gilligan was the writer of Hancock. That's interesting. It was,
Weird.
yeah, that's really strange. Clearly, it was very compromised. I don't hate that movie, but
That's probably why he doesn't make movies anymore.
okay, I'm not going fast enough here because I keep stopping at all the weird ones.
I mean, Cap, we're already at 2018, so we're only like 4
Henchmen.
years ago. In 2020, we hit like a dead stop where we like stopped
I
making the
wanted to finish this before or by 2 hours, and we're almost there. So
Yeah, we're almost there. We're
that's good.
getting near the end, Cap.
Okay, I'm not looking forward to Brightburn.
Uh,
Having
yeah.
having to do that again. Ugh.
Brightburn's not like good. I don't hate that movie as much as you do, but like it's not good.
Okay, I mean you can be wrong. It's god awful. Take Steven Universe off there. I don't understand that.
I don't know. That was just on that list, so
Okay.
I was like, I don't know enough about Steven
Maybe that
Universe.
movie is sort of a superhero movie. I
It
don't
might
know.
it might be that like SpongeBob thing where like that SpongeBob movie is a superhero movie.
Well, somebody let us know. But
Yeah.
Steven Universe as a thing is not really a superhero thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't believe Scoob is on this list right now. And how many messages are we going to get from people who don't know about the Blue Falcon thing that are going to go, why is Scoob on the list?
Hey, he's on that poster.
That doesn't mean that they're going to know who that is or
No,
look
I
at it
know,
close
I
enough.
know.
What's the old guard?
Uh, I don't know, but it looks like a masterpiece. Oh, wait a minute. It has like actual actors in it.
This review may contain spoilers. I can handle the truth. What? That's the whole review. I don't even understand that. Okay. Did I actually watch this Lego Shazam movie? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I buy those and keep up with them, and I can't remember if I actually watched that. So I guess I don't keep up with them great anymore, but
Yeah.
I was. Ben 10 versus the Universe, the movie, just rolls off the tongue.
I like that it has the movie at the end.
Yeah,
I love when movies have the movie.
why does it need that? Especially after a really lengthy title.
I wish Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice the movie was the title.
Again, folks, let us know if we're missing anything that you can think of,
Yep.
especially animated movie wise, because I haven't looked real close to make sure it's all here. And you said Renfield kind of counted.
Oh, Renfield 100% counts as a superhero movie. Oh,
Okay.
you're already at Renfield. Okay.
Yeah, I was shooting down pretty quick here.
No, it's okay.
Okay, I think we're in good shape. I think everything else here probably counts. We put on the Werewolf by Night special and the Power Rangers special that just came out
Yeah,
and the
the
Guardians
holiday
Christmas
special.
special. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, you hit the 2020s and it's just everything that there's no debate on, really.
Robert says he's missing his sanity. Well, that's fair. Could be worse. You could be actually having to do the show.
Yeah. You could have to watch like really crappy B movies like Craven the Hunter, whatever that is.
Why is that poster in 480p?
Dude, if you go to the official Craven poster, not poster, Twitter
I know
account,
it's still just a placeholder, right?
it's still just black and Times New Roman text saying Craven the Hunter.
That's
That movie comes
amazing.
out this year.
Which is funny because it has a logo.
Yeah,
I mean,
apparently.
it's not a good logo. It looks like a Conan the Barbarian logo. Like I don't really understand that logo, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Aaron Taylor Johnson
I
is
like the
man
little,
you won't see in the theater.
I like the lens flare at the top of the logo.
And under the U.
And, oh yeah, I didn't see that one. It was too small.
Hayden Spring, does the 2017 Mummy count?
No, I wouldn't count that.
No.
I'm guessing he said that because Tom Cruise, like, he comes back to life and he gets like superpowers, but I don't know, it's too far removed, I think.
AMC wants to know if I'm going to count director's cuts for movies already on the list. It depends on how, pardon me, different they are. If
And Letterboxd doesn't have director's cuts, so that's why there's no like Daredevil on here.
Yeah, so if it's significantly changed enough, I'll do two commentaries. So like Daredevil and the Daredevil director's cut, I would do. I don't know about BVS yet.
I wouldn't do BVS.
I would be more likely to just do the extended version for BVS and not the theatrical.
That's what I would do, yeah.
And same thing with Suicide Squad.
It's the same cut, just longer. I don't even know if I've seen the extended cut of Suicide Squad. Do they add a ton?
They don't add much, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not super significant.
Yeah.
Justice the big thing is I think they extended the bar scene maybe, and they put back some of that makes that scene better. Like it's a better cut, but it's not enough to change your rating that much. Like
yeah, of course.
I don't think. But anyway, what was I saying?
Justice League's like a different movie.
Yeah, Justice League's a different movie, so you'd have to do that. Is the road cut separate? Yeah, I would do a one for the road cut. I didn't feel the need to do a separate review for the road cut, so I kind of just tacked on a couple paragraphs when I wrote that. Back when I did Days of Future Past scripted, but I do a commentary on it, sure.
Yeah, I've never seen it still, so
yeah. I mean,
I know like about what it changes.
It's different enough. It might be kind of weird because enough of the movie is the same that you'd have to keep talking over scenes you've talked about. But I
was thinking,
consider it
just like a thing in the middle. But I mean, it's up to you.
Especially if it was far enough removed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I could do Days of Future Past next year, and then if I'm still doing this in 3 or 4 years, I could do Road Cut later if somebody really wanted it. But that's probably one where I would, like, take a request for it, but I wouldn't feel the need to have to do it.
And probably the same with Superman 2. Not in that you'd need a request to do it, but you wouldn't want to do them back to back.
Not back to back.
I wouldn't think. And I still haven't seen the Donner Cup, mainly because I watched 2 and was like, well, I don't want to watch them back to back. Like,
yeah. I did reviews like that back in the day because they were only like 10 minutes long, and I was, studying a movie. So it was kind of more like doing a review in two parts. And I
Yeah,
did the same
exactly.
thing with. Did I do that with Daredevil? I think I did. And I think the second Daredevil one was kind of just going through a list of characters and talking about how they were done more justice. I think is really all I did.
Yeah, because how you would do that for like a rewind back then is just here's like the differences and like here's how it's better, here's how it's worse.
See, AMC, I don't think Return of the Joker is different enough to do both versions. I think you just do the darker version.
Yeah, because isn't it just like some things are slightly censored?
I think it's just one scene that's changed very much.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's mainly just the Joker's death, I thought.
That's what I thought. But it's been a long time since I've seen the watered down one.
Hmm.
Well, Austin, thanks for helping me do this.
Yeah, no worries. It was fun.
Did we get enough things changed where it even made sense going through it like that?
Yeah, I mean, no, we cut out a lot. We cut out Dick Tracy, Brenda Starr, Red,
Yeah.
Atomic Blonde.
And I think
Like,
we found a couple things to add.
yeah, like I said, it was all mainly stuff in the first half. But I think that just shows that we did a pretty good job on it overall.
Hayden Spring wants to know if Last Airbender counts. I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so. And it's one of those things where it's like they have superpowers, but it's more like the Force kind of thing, where it's like these are the people that can wield this. And they're like these monks. I don't know.
I will go ahead and post this on the community tab so that everybody can look at it. And once again, let us know if there's anything that you think should be added, and if you have an opinion about things that we took off or that are still there that you think we should axe, let us know. And Austin, I'm going to go to bed.
You've earned it, sir.
Thanks, man. Well, I hope you guys had a good time with us. I'll be back 8 Central tomorrow night, if all goes according to plan, to do the yet another Batman 1989 commentary for the very first episode of the Superhero Rewind Commentary Project, trying to do commentaries on as close to as possible every superhero movie ever made, at least what we're counting as superhero movies. And Austin, I had this crazy idea today that I'm thinking about looking into and pursuing. I want to see if Guinness Records keeps up with the record for most commentary done on a single movie. And if they don't, I'm going to pitch it. And I'm going to make it one of my life's missions to get that record.
Don't you just have to like give them a ton of money?
Oh, is that how it works?
I don't know. I thought you had to like pay them, and then they're like, "No, you failed."
I don't know.
Pay us more money.
I don't know. I'll have to look into that, because if that's how it works, I'm not interested in that. Wow, Guinness got corrupted just like Gotham City. It's unfortunate.
There was supposed to be the relief fund that was going into the awards, not to your bank account.
Guinness, you don't know the difference between L and law. All right, folks, we appreciate you. I'll see you again tomorrow. And Austin, you have a wonderful night.
Thanks, yeah, you too.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.